welcome to Audrey's Kitchen. Today I'm going to be making bruschetta. This is a very simple recipe to make. I enjoy making this in the summer because you can use everything from the garden. But Sam's Club has beautiful tomatoes. So I had picked up a bunch, one pack, which you get so many of them for BLTs. So I have a bunch of leftover tomatoes, so I want to make bruschetta with that. Okay, also we need a red onion and a cucumber, some salt, some olive oil. I like balsamic vinegar in my bruschetta, and some fresh chopped garlic. And then when we're done with the salad part, we're going to be taking Italian bread, slicing it very thin, any type. I happen to have rolls. These were from the BLTs. We're going to slice these up, sprinkle olive oil on them. We're going to put them in the oven and get them nice and toasted. So, but for now, what we're going to do is we're going to start slicing everything up. Okay, so I'm going to start with the onion first. So we're going to chop everything in small pieces. Not too fine, but not too big. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Okay. So we're going to throw all that into a bowl as we chop. Something I like to eat in the winter when I'm craving the summer. This is fantastic in the summer, like I said, with all the garden vegetables. You can put anything you really want in here. Traditionally, bruschetta is just tomato. I like to add a little bit of everything else. Okay, so now I'm going to cut up cucumber. Let's get it flat. You can take the skin off, you can leave it. Now I'm using an English cucumber, which is really not many seeds to it, so I'll leave it alone. If I was using a regular cucumber, I would take the seeds out. We kind of want to stay with the same shape throughout. That up. I usually save the tomatoes for last because that is the biggest part. If you're, because they're very acidic, if your hands, sometimes my hands actually burn from all the acid, you can use gloves. Okay, so we'll put all the cucumber in. The cucumber is optional. You don't have to. I do enjoy it. Okay. Okay, now we're going to do some garlic. Let's lay down our napkin. I love this recipe because fresh garlic is just so healthy for you. Everything in this is very healthy for you. Sometimes when the garlic is fresh, it's hard to get the skins off. The older the garlic gets, the easier it is to peel. Okay. Clean up the snap with that napkin. Now we're going to finely dice as best we can our garlic. You can add as much as you like. Okay, so we got our onion, cucumber, and garlic already diced up nicely in the bowl. So now we're going to work on our tomatoes. So what I like to do is just cut them in half. Okay, I'm going to need a little bowl. Okay. So I'm going to cut off where the stem was, and then I'm going to take the seeds out. So we're just going to pull the seeds out. Nice meaty tomatoes. I love Sam's Club tomatoes. Unless I'm getting it from my garden. So we just, again, pull the seeds out. We don't need any of that. Okay. So you don't have to go crazy, just try to get as much of the tomato seeds out as possible. I mean, if you don't mind them, I guess you can leave them in. But the recipe usually doesn't call for that. Okay, so let's start chopping up some of them. So you're gonna do it about the same, get this out of the way, the same size as your onions and your cucumbers. A nice chop, just throw it in. And our last tomato. Okay, let me just rinse my hands off. Just give everything a good mix. Okay, we're going to add half a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to be adding half a cup of balsamic vinegar. You could add more, you can add less. We're going to do the same with the olive oil. About half a cup. Now, if you happen to not be a fan of balsamic vinegar, you can use red wine vinegar. Totally to your liking. So we mix this up. Show you close up. So now we're going to move on to the next step, which is making the bread to go with this. So we'll be right back with that. Okay, so now the bruschetta is in the refrigerator and it's getting chilled. So now, like I said, I use Italian bread. These are leftover Italian bread rolls. I'm just gonna slice them at 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch thick. Alright, and then we're just going to line a pan. I have the oven heated. You can just do these in the broiler. You're going to brown them on one side, and then we're going to flip them over, and we're going to brown them on the other side. We're going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil on top. It's a great way to turn your leftovers into another meal or something to pick on. I'm just going to keep going. So now we're going to take a little olive oil. And we're just going to drizzle a little bit on each piece of bread. Okay. Now we're just going to pop these into the oven. I have it at 375 just until the tops are golden brown. I might even turn it onto the broiler, but I usually turn it onto the broiler. But because I'm making the video, I'm afraid that I might burn them, so I have it on the oven right now. Okay, so while they're in, then we're just going to continue to cut our bread up. We're going to keep checking them. We don't want them to burn. Okay. So we're going to wait for them to get golden brown. Then I'll take them out and I'll show you how they look, and then we're going to flip them over. So they got nice and golden brown. Now we just have to flip them. Just be careful, they're extremely hot. Okay, so we're going to pop these in the oven about another 5-10 minutes until they're golden brown. Okay, so those came out nice and golden. Careful, they're very hot right now. I'm just going to throw them into a bowl. And then we're going to make the remainder of the batch. And we'll just okay, so now the remainder. Okay. And again, we're going to sprinkle a little bit of olive oil on top of them. And they're going to go back into the oven. And as soon as they're done, we'll take them out and I'll show you how we set it up. Okay, so this is nice and chilled. I like to mix it a little bit. Get the balsamic and olive oil mixed in. Then we take a teaspoon, goes right on top. This is just a wonderful healthy snack. Right in the summer, use everything from the garden. But if you can find all the great ingredients, you know, good tomatoes in the winter, don't hesitate to make this. You put a little juice on top. And that's how it's made. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.